Hello, 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 everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How is everybody doing? I think I have a little problem with StreamYard. It doesn't show me any comments. That's really, really weird. Just give me 1 second. No, it doesn't show. Well, technical difficulties. Oh, now it showed up. Okay, we're good here. We're good. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Can you guys hear me okay? Thanks for all the moderators to be there today and everybody else I haven't chatted with. Life is a gem. Hi, Scorpion Lady. Renee, thank you so much for your donation. Sarah Jane, Chelsea, Skippy, Scorpion Lady, Debbie. I'm just scrolling through real quick. Aussie True Crime, hi, welcome. It's nice to have, hi Sharon, of course, hi Cecile, hi Catherine, Christy, Michigan Gull, hi Cage, hi Archimedes Girl, hi Janice, hi April, hi everybody. Yeah, I'm feeling better, way better, starting work tomorrow again. Hi Lawrence. Hi from France. Oh, hi. Yeah, I think the worst is over. So yeah, before I get started today, I wanted to make 2 announcements. First of all, I created a members-only Redix Facebook group. The link is in the community tab of my channel. If you guys want to join, you're welcome. I have some people sitting at the door of this group, and I just wanted to keep it nice and private. So please, the entry question is to tell me your YouTube name, so I know you're a subscriber or a member of my channel. And yeah, most of the people waiting, they haven't answered the entry questions, and it's really important to me. So there's that. And hi, Muffy. And what else did I want to say? Yeah, I know some of you guys cannot join membership of my channel for various reasons, but I know you guys by now. So it's a members and friends Facebook group. So don't hesitate to join. The second announcement I'll be doing is we're gonna have, I'll be doing another case with a friend of mine, with a year-long friend of mine, Mary, and we'll be starting on Saturday. We'll be going into the horrific case of Mitzi Galimidi, the girl I announced earlier in one of my streams, and we'll be presenting you that unsolved murder case and what we have found out so far. But this is going to be Saturday or Sunday, but I'm definitely going to be doing What's live stream as well. So everybody is welcome to join either or both of the channels of the live streams. Sorry. Hi, Dave. And yeah, that's the big two announcements for tonight. I just wanted to do a quick live stream because, I wanted to put down what's spinning in my head. And I must say, I debunked myself like 100,000 times today while putting the stuff together. And some stuff I just want to be true and want to be, reality. But then I find out, nah, it's not. But this is how it is, right? We're here to tell the truth, facts. If I do announce or tell you guys any theories, I would say so, because sometimes I just speak out loud what I'm thinking. Hi, MK. This is my friend Mary. Colorado is in the house. Perfectly fitting for that case, isn't it? So everybody, please give a warm welcome to MKSCH. This is my friend Mary, and I'll be working with her on the Mitzi Galimidi case. So without further ado, I'm a busy lady, Chris. Not really. Not really. I just keep myself busy, kinda, But yeah, it's my own fault. I have my nose in everything, basically. But that's good. Yeah, give this a big thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get right into this. I bore you with sharing my screen again. So what I also wanted to say is this is a little bit of sensitive content. So some viewers might not like what I show. It's not that I show any dead bodies or autopsy pictures or something like that, but the simple looking at the children, Bella and Celeste in picture, is too much for somebody, and I do completely understand that. But yeah, I just wanted to warn you, if you don't want to see it, then you should be skipping the live stream now. Alrighty, let's get into this. Here's my screen. So today, what was circling in my head was the oil tanks, the sheet. I did a live stream on that already, but there were certain things that I could not, that just didn't leave my head for some reason. And I started to read the discovery again. And now I know probably why the sheet was in different locations, right? So, and I wanted to present that to you guys. Also the hatches and evidence found on the hatches. We're gonna get through all this. And yeah, let's get into it. So first of all, I wanted to talk about the sheet. And by the way, I cannot see the chat. So be good in chat. My moderators will kick you if you're being rude, or if you use swear words or come here with drama. We don't need that stuff. You're welcome to state your opinion. Just don't push your opinion on somebody else and agree to disagree, okay? Then we're all good. Alrighty, the sheet. These are all screenshots from the discovery. So what I wanted to show you first is Agent Sentner and Saylor's report from August the 15th. At 3:27 p.m., they launched the first drone. And I also, because it came to my attention very often, that some people say, oh, the drone, why is it Firestone drone? That's a simple answer, because the drone belongs to the Firestone Police Department, and they call their drone Firestone. It has nothing to do with the Firestone incident that happened a year or two prior, where that house blew up because of the gas lines and stuff. So if Frederick Police Department would have a drone, they would probably call it the Frederick drone, right? So at 3:27 p.m., the first drone launch, and at 4:17 p.m. on August the 15th, they got consent of a search for the Survey 319 field, and the consent was given by Mr. Survey himself. So the discovery states, upon arrival at the well site, Commander Borders and Detective Divitt deployed an unmanned aerial system drone to survey the well site at approximately 3:27, so 15:27 hours. The drone was equipped with a camera that provided a real-time video feed, as well as the capability of taking digital video and still photographs. In the brush to the south of the pad, Detective DeWitt and Commander Borders located what happened to be a sheet lying on the ground. They took a still photograph of the sheet, and upon inspection, it appeared that it was visible that there were unknown objects underneath the sheet. Please pay attention, guys, because this is gonna be important later on. Detective DeWitt and I approached the sheet from the north, and just inside of the brush, just south of the edge of the gravel pad, we encountered an area of bare dirt that appeared to have been recently disturbed. Detective DeWitt and I then backed out of the brush and returned back to the pad. The pad is the field, right? Binion Survey, owner of Survey Ranch, was contacted by phone at approximately 4:17, so 16-17 hours, and provided consent to search the property and collect evidence. Okay? So, then it goes on. Commander Borders and I then approached the sheet from the south along the fence line of the well site. The wind was blowing in that direction, and I was attempting to determine if I could detect the smell of decomposition. Upon reaching a closer proximity of the sheet, I was able to determine that it was not as large as had appeared on the video screen of the drone controller, and most likely did not have any objects underneath it. I noted that the sheet appeared to be a fitted sheet of the same printed pattern as a flat sheet located in the kitchen trash can during a search of Chris Watts' residence earlier in the day. Okay, so this report is from August the 15th, right? There was no search on August the 15th earlier than 4 p.m. in the afternoon. The search only started at 10 p.m. By 4 p.m. in the afternoon, Chris Watts hasn't even confessed yet. Then he goes on to say, I also noted 2 black lawn and leaf garbage bags with red drawstrings in the brush near the sheet that appeared to have been left there recently. Okay, I just screenshotted that so you guys have the page number of the discovery page, and you also can see this came from Agent Saylor. Then we move on. Same report. I requested CBI crime scene analyst Dave Yoakum, who assisted in the previous search of the residence, provide me with a copy of the photographs of the sheet located in the trash can. CSA Yoakum provided me with those photographs via email, and I compared the sheet in the photograph to the sheet on the ground of the well site and determined that they had the same printed pattern. I then physically checked the sheet and determined that there was nothing underneath. So how many times did he check that sheet underneath? That is the third time. There were dirt stains on the sheet, including a large area of dirt stain with patterns that appeared to be from the sheet being dragged along the ground. Photographs were taken of the sheet on the ground and of the stains on the sheet with my cellular phone. Copies of the photograph are attached to this report. I also checked the garbage bags and found that neither bag had anything in them. So keep in mind, he says, I then physically checked the sheet. In other words, he moved it, right? So did he move the trash bags as well? We don't know. He just says he also checked the garbage bags. And by checking, I think he lifted them up off the ground, stuff like that, right? So to the right, you see the massively large area, what appears to be drag marks, which is not that large at all. And he couldn't have seen those quote unquote drag marks if he hadn't lifted the sheet during his observation, right? So now let's move on. And keep in mind, guys, this all happens between 3:27 and 4:17 before they had consent of Mr. Servi to search the area. So he's stating, while waiting for the search warrant to be obtained, I was advised by CBI agent in charge, Kirby Lewis, that Chris Watts had confessed to dumping the bodies of his wife, Shanann Watts, and his children, Bella Watts and Celeste Watts, at the well site. The coroner was then requested to respond. All before 4:17, right? Keep that in mind. Lewis also advised me that Chris stated he left some of the girls' clothing and some toys wrapped in the sheet that we had located. Commander Borders and Detective DeWitt again deployed the drone to search the well site for these items before the sun set and it became dark. A thorough search of the area was conducted, but no items were located. And as you can see here on the bottom to the left, this is a still shot of the drone footage for when they launched the drone the first time. Then he's moving the sheet around, rolling it up again, throws it on the side for the second drone launch they did. And this was the actual drone footage we all have seen on video, right? And this is why we were asking ourselves, why was the sheet moved? Was it placed there? Was it the wind blowing it around? So now we can say for 100% fact that we don't know if this agent did not actually move the garbage bags as well, right? So that was the first drone launch, and the second drone launch after the sheet was already moved 3 times, as we just read. 3 times. So, and this all happens between 3:27 p.m. when they first launched the drone and 4:17 p.m. until they got consent of Mr. Servi to search his field. Here again, the screenshots of the discovery. So this is just something I put in. I was searching the discovery for the keyword tank, And I screenshotted it that way because then you guys have the actual page numbers where it is on, and you can read up for yourself. So it states, prior to Watts disclosing the events surrounding their death and the location of their bodies, Firestone police investigators located via a drone equipment with camera the missing fitted bedsheet and 2 black plastic bags in a field to the Survey 319 oil tank site. Based on that information obtained from the interview, I began drafting search warrants and affidavits for the Watts residence and the oil tank site named Survey 319. Didn't he just say that they searched earlier that day? They searched the house and found the bedsheet in the trash can on the 15th earlier in the day. Then they say Chris was presented an aerial photograph of the tank battery area and identified 3 separate locations in which he placed the bodies. At approximately 4:15 p.m., investigators spotted a bedsheet in the field near the tank battery. So which one is it? Did they spot the sheet at approximately 4:15? No, they didn't, because it was way earlier, right? So now look at this. And you guys must know this guy here, Kirby Lewis, is an agent for the CBI, right? So why is giving CBI information to the agents at Survey before Chris Watts even confessed? And here you see, he did not confess to anything, basically, before he was allowed to speak to his father, right? So here I have a screenshot from the interview video, and it says his father basically came into the room and sat down next to Chris Watts at 4:43. And you can also see that on that little wall clock behind them. So how can it be that they know everything before they even got the search warrant? How can it be that this officer is told by Lewis before 4:17 that Chris Watts stated the girls left clothes, he left clothes and some toys wrapped in the sheet, and that he dumped the bodies of his wife, Shanann, and his children? How can they know? Right? Really, really weird. Also here, he then tells them, after speaking with his dad, he told them where they were at exactly 5:51. This is when Tammy Lee and Kobach came back into the interview room. Tammy then asks him where the toys and the blankets went. And Chris Watts states, I don't know, they blew away in the wind or something. But here again, why would Lewis tell the officers at the oil field before 4:17 p.m. that Watts had stated clothing and some toys were wrapped in the sheet that they had located on drone footage? Weird or not weird? To me, it was weird. I don't know. What do you guys think? Why would Tammy Lee even state that he said, oh yeah, I wrapped them in a sheet? That's a lie. Guys, that's a lie. He never said that. He said, I don't know, they blew away in the wind or something. Lies, lies, lies. So if you want to go back to that footage, you can. YouTube is all over. Thousands of videos from his interview are on YouTube, so feel free to choose one you like. Also here, it states clearly at 5:56 p.m. on August the 15th, he told them where they were. But obviously, the agents or CBI told the agents that way earlier. So why is that? Why is that? Where did they get the information from to tell the officers or agents at the scene, right? Weird. Then the hair, the mysterious hair found. Okay, guys, now I have to show you pictures of Cece. This is little Cece's autopsy report. And you guys must know some stuff appears different to some people regarding items. This is what I explained twice today. You know, for example, if a man is looking at your phone and to him it's pink, a lady would say it's rose gold, right? This is on items, but same happened to the clothes the kids were wearing, right? To some people, it appeared that they had pink pajamas on. Another person goes a little bit more into detail and says, you know, they had a pink-orange pajama on. To another person, it's only orange, you know? It always is how it appears to that particular person. A medical examiner, for example, he cannot say, oh, I observed a pink pajama, if it wasn't a pink pajama, right? He goes into detail. He states pink pajama, butterflies on, said love on top of it. You know, this is what medical examiners do. Pay attention to detail, you would think, right? So what Dr. Burson states here is head hair is red-brown, normally distributed, and measures up to 15 centimeters, which I found out today through my friend Mary. This would be around 7 inches long over the crown. Okay, this could be. But is Cece's hair red-brown? Is it? I was looking up on Google what red-brown hair looks like today. And it doesn't look at all like Cece's hair. To me, Cece's hair appears blonde, right? But we don't know because we only see photographs. We don't know if her hair color didn't change a little bit. And like I said, a medical examiner would state exactly how it is. You would think, right? So he states her hair is red-brown. Okay? This is little Bella autopsy report. You can see here, finally her hair grew really, really long, almost as long as Cece's. The medical examiner, here again, head hair is blonde brown, normally distributed, and measures up to 15 centimeters, 7 inches approximately, long over the crown. So Bella had the same hair length as Cece, but her hair is blonde brown. This is how it appeared to the medical examiner. So keep in mind, Cece's hair is red. Brown. Bella's hair is more blonde brown. Okay? So, this is again a report from Saylor and Sentner from August the 15th. And it was approved by Lewis. And we know Lewis, right? Lewis gave the information to the agents or officers on site that Chris Watts had confessed of dumping the bodies, and he had said that he wrapped some toys and clothing of the children in a sheet. Good. This is why they moved the sheet around to check underneath, and they did so 3 times. So here it states, I later received information from Lewis that Chris Watts had marked a copy of a photograph of the area previously taken by the drone with the locations of the bodies. Chris indicated that Shanann was buried in the area of disturbed dirt we had previously located, and that Bella and Celeste were each in separate oil tanks. I was provided with a copy of the photograph marked by Chris and observed an S indicating Shanann on the area of disturbed dirt and a B indicating Bella on the west oil holding tank and a C indicating Celeste on the east oil holding tank. Then here comes CSA Yoakum. Located numerous strands of hair that appeared to be blonde in color stuck to the rim of the opening on the east holding tank. The hair was photographed using Yoakum's cellular phone. He was unable to utilize his SLR camera because of the flash. Of course, fumes coming up through the hatches and stuff like that, so they weren't allowed to use flashes or their own flashlights even. They had to use safety equipment. So there's another myth. Some people say that Bella was in the east tank, which is actually not true. Bella was located in the west oil tank. And some people get that mixed up because it states that Bella's head was facing east. So that might be where that is coming from, that Bella was in the east oil tank, which she was not. Okay? So, and this is all by Sentner and Saylor. And Lewis approved that report, right? He approved what Saylor and Sentner had stated in their reports. So this is the crime scene analyst, David Yoakum. In no report of Yoakum, and he is very, very specific. I read in the Discovery today what he did at the crime scenes. I didn't even know they did. So I'll be going to make a live stream on that as well, because there were some stuff tested. I did not know they even tested. And there was some stuff that was not tested, which I thought they tested. But more on that another time. So he is stating, and he's very detailed and very, very to the point, right, with his work. Because he's the crime scene analyst, and if anybody gets questioned in court or whatever, he has to answer, and he has to answer in detail, right? So as the search of the site continued, I observed several strands of suspected hair, marked DY6, attached to the interior flange of the top hatch, thief hatch, on the easternmost crude oil storage tank. And underneath is a screenshot of what he collected. And he describes it in good detail. He says, black plastic bag, marker 1. Black plastic bag from marker 2. Gray and white sheet from marker 3. Rake head from marker 4. Wooden rake handle from marker 5. Suspected hair from east tank, thief hatch. Partial piece of rake handle from marker 7. So here you see he goes into great detail regarding color, material. He even states it's wooden. What he doesn't do is giving you a color of the suspected hair from the east tank, right? So doesn't that make you think? It doesn't matter what police reports, they are with their reports all over the friggin' place. They might be questioned in court and taken to the stand, but they won't be grilled as much as a crime scene analyst because it all stands and falls with these guys, right? If it comes to the evidence. No judge in the world would ask you, but you said the pajama had one butterfly on and your colleague said it had two butterflies on. Which one is it? So they are very, very, very detailed on what they see, right? And a guy like this wouldn't even think of giving you a color of the hair. He just simply probably couldn't tell, right? So what I also found very, very weird, I don't know about you guys, I'm just putting it out there because I found it to be suspicious, is this. That's the interview of CW on August the 14th, 2018 at 7:08 p.m. They're talking a little bit about the front door, and Kobach is saying, oh, we're gonna go in there and basically raid that place. And Chris Watts is very leaned back and says, okay, good, right? Yeah, do it, right? And then Kobach states this, and when we go there, I want them to run a black light over everything. I want them to collect DNA. I want them to look for hair strands and DNA samples. And I want them to look at your stuff and your wife's stuff and your children's stuff and the garage stuff and the car stuff, all of it. Chris Watts, sure. Kobach, is that all right? Chris Watts, yeah. See how he specifically mentions hair strands? He says DNA, that's okay. He says, I want to go look through all your stuff, your wife's stuff, your kids' stuff, your garage stuff, all the stuff. But he specifically mentions hair strands. And that was a day prior to them finding the blonde hair. I don't know about you guys, but it just stood out to me, right? And I mean, everybody has their own opinion on this. I just can tell you what I found odd, very odd. And it's just keywords and certain things that just stand out. Now let's get to the oil tanks. Now we know, basically the hair they found. We don't have no color of the hair. The medical examiner states, Cece's hair is red-brown. Bella's hair is blonde-brown. It appeared to the officer that it is blonde. So was it Bella's hair or was it Cece's hair? Whose hair was it? The crime scene analyst doesn't tell us what color the hair strands he found was. but the agent at the oil field does. And Dr. Burson, you would think he gives you accurate information in his report, because this could be all significant later if it came to trial, right? So I don't know. We have no proof that the hair was in fact blonde. All we know is it was found on the thief hatch of the east tank. The oil tanks. So this is from my friend, the great Tammy Lee, the great agent Tammy Lee. She states, "We waited for the east tank battery to be offloaded into tanker trucks, which took approximately 6 hours due to the oil being methodically drained into a metal pan and then pumped into the tanker trucks through a filter." Right? I don't want to read any further on this because it goes into details on when they recovered Cece. So it was Cece's tank, the east tank, right? So after Cece had been removed, I left the scene and was not present during the recovery of Bella from the west tank. Good, that was Tammy. So here you go. The left tank to the west. I put that little compass there, so there are people out there who have problems with directions, including me. So the west tank, Bella, the east tank, Cece. He marked that right. He did not mix it up. He signed for it August the 15th, 2018 at 5:56 p.m. And you also see the bedsheet is more to that bush than it appeared on the second launch of the drone. So this is probably why Watts asked, how old is that picture? He knew. He knew. So this is 2 screenshots of the discovery as well. And I screenshotted it for you guys to have the page numbers. And this is what was said by the agents. I asked Chris if he could hear them drop, and he said Bella's tank seemed emptier than Cece's tank. Right? This is probably what Rourke meant when he said at the sentencing that he knew Bella's tank was emptier because of the splash. Right? Underneath, that's a report from the hazmat unit. During the briefing, we were informed the east tank battery contained approximately 9 feet of crude oil. So that east tank where Cece was located. And the west tank battery contained approximately 1.4 feet of crude oil. Schisler advised they would first empty the east tank battery. After the briefing, I walked over to the small shallow grave where Chris' wife, Shannon Watts, had been exhumed the night before. So there you go, guys. He did get it right. He did get it right. And he also knew that Bella's tank seemed emptier. But then we can ask ourselves, did he know the oil level of the tanks? Because this is what he took a picture of, right? His work laptop in his truck, and he sent it to NK from his personal cell phone, not his work cell phone, his personal cell phone. So is it because he guessed? Was he told where everybody was? Or was he there? Physically there? We only have the step counter from Monday, right? So he might as well have put in the girls in on the Tuesday morning. We don't know. It's sad, but it's true. He knew, whether he was told, whether or not he did it himself. We all know he couldn't have done it on Monday, right? First of all, he did not have time. Second of all, he did not climb any stairs. So what was going on? He definitely did not know about Shanann's physical appearance, right? He is stating that her eyes were bloodshot. The medical examiner, Dr. Burson, tells us her eyes weren't bloodshot. So in this case, he's guessing. In case of the kids, I would say no, he's not guessing, he knows. The question is, was he there? When did he put the kids in? If it was him doing the deed? Or was he told where the kids were and where Shanann was? Knowing he had the oil levels on his work computer? That's a massive question. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen with you guys because that's it. And I'm gonna catch up with you on the chat. True. Those tanks were considered low producing. Exactly right. And they only produced, I believe, 2 or 3 days. Mary could help me with that because she found the actual oil well producing website, and it tells you exactly how much and on what days they produced. And August the 13th was not one of those days producing. Right? So, what do you guys think? Do I have to scroll all the way back? I've considered maybe Shanann came home and caught NK sleeping and killed the girls while they slept, then went back to them and attacked NK. CW ends up killing Shanann and just takes the fall for everything. What do you mean Shanann killed the girls? Maybe a second, sleeping and the girls. Or you mean NK killed the girls? Hi, Adam. Thanks for being a subscriber. For questions long before his stolen shadow video. Yeah, I'm so over that stuff. Welcome. Anyways. Exactly, Dave. He was seen, observed, loading a cooler and blankets. I don't know about a backpack. I would have to read up on this. But he was observed on that day. He slept over at the Thayer's house. He was observed loading a cooler and blankets into the Lexus. That's true. So what did he do with that stuff? And it was later found as well. Kids' clothes and fresh underwear for him and all that stuff. Yeah, what a sick puppy. You're exactly right. You knew the oil levels. Troy described exactly. He described in his interview how they used a sonar device that day to measure oil level. I don't think it was that day, but Troy was describing in general what they do if there is some kind of defect or a leak. So they ask this guy, and he sends sonars down there and gives them the oil levels on their work laptops. That well was more than likely decommissioned, and no oil was drained from the tanks, nor was anyone pulled out of those tanks. Okay, how do you get to that conclusion that nobody was pulled out of those tanks? They were not watching him the Tuesday. They were watching him sleepless in South Africa on Tuesday, but not in the morning. They were starting to watch him, I believe, in the afternoon. When Rook is out of office, maybe we will get a better investigation. So sad that it won't be 4 years. Yeah, so true. Thanks, Adam, for becoming a member. Yeah, I mean, they measured oil level at another site that day, but my point is they have the tools and probably measure frequently. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, Christy, that's true. There were no pictures of the crime scene other than, from the recovery crew and firemen and all those people who were there, but no actual pictures of the oil tank hatch. The hair was never photographed. It was photographed, but never shown to us, right? Who does he talk to Monday night? NK, yeah. This is when he says to his friends that it's his mom on the phone. I cannot imagine how the kids went in those hatches without any injuries. That is almost not possible because the heads are bigger. How could that fit? I mean, I don't think the heads had a diameter of 8 inches, but if you put your arms up above your head, it is kind of possible. And also, if all the muscles, everything relaxes and stuff, and kids' bones are bendy anyway, so I guess it's possible. On the other hand, we still have those hoses, right? That were missing or rearranged or whatever in his truck bed. There's no real evidence of Bella and Cece being alive after the birthday party. The photo he sent Shanann was from the night before. The photo he sent, I believe, was from the birthday party. And when she asked for additional photos, he just sent her the same photos again. And there is proof that they were home from the birthday party because they FaceTimed with their granddad, Frank. Why would law enforcement check Serby before LCW confessed? Were they tipped off? And if so, by who? Exactly. That was my whole question. How can they know, or how is he given that information before they even obtained the search warrant? Right? Before he even confessed to anything. They did not know they were there. I mean, of course, they had his GPS and all the data and stuff. So it's easy for them to say, all right, let's get out to Servi because this is the way he went, right? But still to say, it seems to me that's an excuse to touch that friggin' sheet. And also Dave told me today that the fitted sheet was actually found next to the bed in the bedroom. And what the agent, I think it was, I can't remember his name. What the agent stated in his report was that it was the same fitted sheet as they found in the kitchen trash can. But there was no fitted sheet or flat sheet in the kitchen trash can. It was bedding stuff. It was pillow and duvet covers. There was no sheet, right? So either they had two on top of each other or something, or I don't know how it got there. You don't think Nosy Nate would have watched his every move? Probably. But yeah, I don't know. Probably. Nosy Nate. Nosy Nate. Frankie is her brother. Frank is her father. Or Frank Jr. or whatever they call him. Right? No evidence had been shown to us, no images, nobody in the family IDs. The body's caskets were closed at funeral. Technically, there's no available evidence showing they were in tanks. That's also true, but would you think that a whole team of hazmat and firemen and whatnot and half of Anadarko safety managers would be there to not pulling anybody out of the tanks and then cover it up? I don't know. Surely we don't have seen any images and no real evidence. You know, nobody showed us a picture of them pulling the bodies out. Thank God they didn't. But on the other hand, I don't know if that would be possible to cover this up, especially with a large, there were a whole bunch of firemen and all that, hazmat units, excuse me, and all these people. So I don't know how that would work. Thank you. Think for yourself. I think bomb-proof coffins. The poor souls were buried in. Says it all for me. I don't need to use a picture for proof. Exactly. Right. Exactly right. Yep. They call her brother Frankie. What I'm more concerned about is that we don't have actual proof of these hair strands, you know, and that Coda mentions this specifically. Hair, right? It's very weird. Very weird. Very sloppy police work. Police reports, multiple description too of what kids were wearing when pulled from the tank at autopsy. Yeah, I go with what the autopsy states because, like I explained, but that's only me. But like I explained, you know, they also state Cece had a pull-up on, no underwear. The next person says, oh, she had underwear on and a pull-up. You know, you cannot take these people. It's what they observe. It's not like they check into detail. It's just a report on what they observe. The medical examiner goes into detail. Well, he should. He should. Nothing would surprise me in this case, me neither. The description of what they saw and the details of the skin slippage, some of the officers and rescue workers were traumatized. Yes. Oh, definitely. I mean, imagine, especially, I don't want to sound rude or harsh, but especially if there are kids involved. Something different, you know? Something different. All we know is they drained the tanks and opened the doors. Rest is all hearsay, right? Yeah, because especially they gave this information so early on. And also, what search earlier that day on the 15th? What search? There was no search. The search didn't start before 10 p.m. And I checked that on body cam today. It did not start before 10 p.m. So what search is he talking about when they discovered the sheet in the trash can? There was no sheet in the trash can. It was pillow covers and bedding, like duvet covers. That's it. Hi, Tiger Girl. I doubt that all of those people saw the victims and saw what the put off the tanks. Remember what the agents told all this before, Chris. Exactly, and this is what I wanted to point out. And this is what is happening in this case, you know. They do things before he even says anything. You know, why shut the house down or give it don't declare it a crime scene or anything, you know? When the manway was open, there had tons of people step back out of view, right? I don't know about bomb-proof coffins, but they used fire-resistant coffins because obviously the girls were submerged in oil and it's flammable. Frank's senior wife said something like they had to go through a lot of trouble transporting the girls back for the ceremony because the oil was dangerous. Them even make the trip. Well, they drove them. It's not like they flew them out. Was it an oil tank truck or water truck that came out the side? That was a water truck, and he was already there before Troy came. Yeah, exactly right. Water truck. They can legally lie to the public to push an agenda. Yeah, they can. And they did. I mean, I had a totally crazy thing in my head. This NK had several names. If she was like a colleague of those agents, had connections to some important authorities. I don't know. I honestly don't. I honestly don't know. I don't know anything about her connection. I try to find stuff out over time and I get snippets here and there, but I'm all about proof. And now, for now, I don't have any proof. So there's that. A DNA test should have been done on the hair. Exactly. And it wasn't in all bodies in case new evidence comes where CW is tried again. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's right where he belongs and stuff. He knew, right? But I so hope this comes to trial one day. I so hope. No, Dave Baumhofer, I don't think so either. But he wasn't really, he was the detective in charge, but all the reports and stuff were filed from his people, right? And also I found Detective Baumhofer the most straightforward and the most, when he observed stuff, he put it down in great detail. And if he needed to be short on what he noted and put in his reports, he was. There was no sugarcoating anything, right? Same with, he was the only one who stated that, wasn't talking around. He was the only one who stated, Shanann wasn't recognizable anymore. She wasn't, and and the others are all like, yeah, and a little bit of here and a little bit of that, but they did not really directly say it. Obviously, because they didn't want to hurt anybody, but Baumhofer was the most straightforward in his reports, in my opinion. What time did NK send the text about the Metallica song? Oh my God. I don't know. I really don't. See, this is also one thing. I want to have his phone records and his messages and all that stuff, because then we would know what messages he sent or she sent to him, because she demanded him to delete his Facebook, to delete all the messages and stuff like that on the Tuesday when they spoke last on the phone. But he said he didn't. So they know all this. Why not, if you think there is a witch hunt of some sort, why not release that stuff and make this girl, exonerate this girl, at least from the public eye, right? There was definitely some kind of deal going on, because otherwise she wouldn't have said in her interview, "Don't effing let me down, we're in this together," or "We're a team," or something like that. Who says that? Who says that to a detective? He can bust my backside anytime he wants. So I would be careful how I talk to law enforcement, a member of the law enforcement, but she did not. The media has been lying to us and brainwashing the public for decades. That's also true, but in this case, the media did not they got what they got information-wise from some source within law enforcement, and this is what they ran with, right? A day later or something, or a few hours later, it was all over national news that he confessed to killing all three of them. And the DA or law enforcement didn't bother to make, to reverse those statements. They just ran with it, because this is what the public wants to hear. They need somebody responsible, and they had him. They were oversized caskets and sealed so air could not get in to cause an explosion. Yeah. You're welcome, Sugar Beet. CW deciding not to delete everything was possibly his first act against NK's wishes. I think he wanted her looked at. Probably, yeah. I mean, he knew what, maybe he thought he can get away with all this and then has something to remember when he's checking his secret calculator or whatever. I have no clue. I have no clue what he was thinking. Where did you get the GPS geodep data since Anadarko was sold? Where did I get the GPS? From the digital discovery that was released. You have to request it at Weld County. But it has nothing to do with Anadarko being sold. These are documents, they keep them forever. It's not like they sell Anadarko and all that information is gone. They obtained that information at one point, so they have it. And NK's father can say don't lead in such a firm voice. Yeah, exactly. Don't lead. I would say, listen, buddy, either you take your backside out of my office or interview room, or I'm gonna search your daughter's truck, whichever she had, white, gray, green, red, pink. I would have done this in a split of a second. Did the autopsy video go missing off the channel, or is it just me? Must be just you. Yes, exactly. Come out of hiding, she said to the officer. Don't let me effing down. That's scary, right? We are a team. What team? What team? Oh, I'm just getting aggressive thinking about her. I mean, if she really is innocent, why would law enforcement let people continue all this, asking questions, this and that? That indicates to me that they don't care about her, because she as well could go to law enforcement and say, listen, it's unbearable for me. They slander me, they do this, they do that. Please, even if I'm not going, approach the public or something like that, or give a statement, please release everything you have so it will stop. But they don't. And she's not asking. And if I was in her situation, I mean, it must be awful, really awful. But if I was in her situation, I would say, listen, release everything. I just want to live in peace. I don't care. So, yeah. And Casey said she didn't know Shannon was out of town until Chris mentioned getting a babysitter for Saturday night. No, I don't believe anything, she says. She also says, I was looking for, apartments and stuff close to his work and close to the girls' school. And then when the agent asks, oh, you know where the girls go to school? No, I don't. So how the heck would you look for apartments near the girls' school if you don't know where they go to school at? My gosh. There was a video on someone who looked very much like NK last year in Colorado. Was that on that parking lot? I think I saw that. Exactly why none of her friends ever came forward to tell or interview. It's hard to believe that everyone is intimidated by her. Right. Or maybe she has no friends no more. But speaking about her friends, I'll be doing something very soon together with Dave, hopefully, either on his or on my channel, where we are going to talk about what I found about her friend. Something very, very interesting. And I think I might have made a connection to North Carolina. I'm not sure yet. As you guys know, I'm all about facts and proof. And I gotta dig into this a little more deeper so I can provide proof to you guys. And as long as I don't have it, I'm not gonna release what I have found. But it's interesting, definitely interesting. Well, I guess I'll have to add more notes to my investigation. Yes, please do. Catherine and I are onto something as well. My thoughts and my stuff is all over the place at the moment, to be honest. So Catherine and I are also gonna release something very, very interesting to you guys. I cannot tell now, Debbie, because I have no proof. I have no proof. So I don't want to say something and put it out there and people go crazy because I cannot prove it yet. Yeah, Catherine is. I got an email from a subscriber to the channel, and she asked me if I can look into something. Diane Hughes actually had been working on before she passed. And I feel very honored that this subscriber came to me. And I completely, totally suck on enhancing pictures of videos. I don't know. I just can't do it for some reason. And I'm also not good with this shadow thing. But Catherine did an amazing job on this so far. And she's my go-to girl when it comes to analyzing and enhancing video footage. So big shout out to Catherine. And she really, she makes me, if somebody sends me something and I see nothing, Catherine makes me see things. To put it that way, she makes me see things that are really, and I'm like, what the heck? How could I have missed that? Right? So yeah. Chris wanted files sealed, lol. He had no say in court case. Even his parents say they were pressured over things. He has no say on what to seal and not to seal. No say at all. Yeah, I do too think, Linda, that she changed her appearance. I was talking actually to my doctor when I went over because of my COVID test. And we were talking a little bit about that case. And I also asked her a couple of things. And she told me that kids' bones, especially, are very bendy. And if they fall from a great height, they might not even be injured. You see when they fall or when they bump their heads and stuff like that, it's not like, they break any bones. Bones get, how do I say that without having any knowledge of medical stuff? They get kind of harder by the years, if that makes sense. So yeah. Karen has pointed out that people being in the house when they are nothing but stains and made up stuff. Nothing but stains and made up. Oops, sorry. Hi, Matt. Catherine has pointed out people being in the house when they're nothing but stains and made up stuff. Yeah, that's your opinion. Kenneth? Who's Kenneth? Sealing the kids' files was part of the deal. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I have the plea agreement, and it says nothing about sealing anything. I don't know where people have that from. He has no authority to demand anything being sealed. The only person who can do seal stuff regarding medical or autopsy wise is the medical examiner. Not even the judge can do that. The DA can request, but if the medical examiner says, nah, I'm not doing it, then they won't do it. I really don't know where people get this stuff from. Do you think a 35C will be filed? Hopefully. I mean, not that he gets out or anything, but maybe he starts talking finally. The girls' records were sealed by Chris. Yeah. No, they weren't. Except for the one inside the closet. That one is interesting, but the other figures on the second floor are stains and reflections, nothing more. Yeah, well, I do see some stuff. I see some stuff. I find it highly suspicious that all cameras from that night magically didn't work at the Lazy Dog, etc. What a coincidence. Not only that, Taylor, all the friggin' cameras on the streets didn't work. Right? Where's all that footage? Where's the footage from the Lazy Dog, like you said? This place is filled with ATMs and all that stuff, and everywhere where an ATM is a camera. And also what I just thought, they went to a different Lazy Dog the first time, right? Where's the footage of that? Didn't those cameras work either? CW is too scared to go back to Colorado. I don't even think, to be honest, Linda, I don't even think that he wanted to go to Colorado. I think that that's what Shanann wanted to do, because her role model, in my opinion, moved there, that nurse. And I think he did not really care where he lived. You know, I think, in my opinion, that he is, he just went anywhere she wanted to be, to be with her, of course. Maybe the coroner should be investigated. Maybe. Hi, Cheryl. I think your videos on the autopsies has been taken off YouTube. I gotta check this. I don't think so. I don't think so. I did not get a strike or anything. I have to check. Is CW going to court again? We don't know, Susan. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe he's doing that 35C. Maybe he's not. Dave is saying, Seeking the Truth with Dave is saying that Kim, is it Kim? Kim G? She is planted to not, to basically influence him to not take the 35C. So she's planted by law enforcement because she tells people and tells him, Chris Watts, she's obviously his girlfriend or something. And she's saying that she's being harassed by people and bullied. But to be honest with you guys, I've never even heard of her before. Dave brought it up. So, yeah, I don't know. She's probably planted for him to forget about the 35C, because he then said in a recorded phone call, I want the harassment and the bullying to stop. And yeah, stuff like that. And she's like, are you sure? Yeah. Think about it. Why would she do that? Why would she do that? Why wouldn't she, if he really was innocent or something, I mean, not innocent, but if he could knock a couple of years off his sentence, wouldn't you, as his girlfriend, help him in any way possible? Not say, stay in there. You're a threat to society. Kim Ji is actually. Oh my God. Do we know that for sure? Kim Ji is actually married? Oh my God. Still married. Yeah, whoever wanting to be his girlfriend. I don't know. He could conspire to kill you. Yeah, probably. I don't think he's a threat, to be honest. I mean, I don't know about his behavior in there, but he's in a wing with likewise people, right? Have to run to store, but will be listening to on my phone. Yeah, please do. We can only hope, right? All right, guys. I just wanted to keep this live stream under 2 hours. Tell me what you think in your comments. Be nice in the comments as well. No chance for bullies, trolls, and rude people. It won't get you anywhere. I won't reply to your messages either. And I got a couple in the past 2 weeks. It doesn't bother me. So if you have time on your hands, write to me. Tell me what you think. But just to tell you, it doesn't bother me if you come with hate and stuff like that. I brush that off quite easily. Alrighty, guys, I want to thank all of you for being here and listening to me. Next live stream will be either Saturday or Sunday or both days. Definitely tune in when I do that. Gern geschehen, Claudia. Definitely tune in when I do that stream on a very, very horrific case of Mitzi Galimidi with my friend Mary. And yeah, one of these 2 days, it's a lot of information we have to gather again, because we kind of gave up on this case a little bit. But yeah, we gather all the information back, should have it until the weekend. And then it would be nice to see all of you guys, so I can introduce you to MK, which is Mary from Colorado. And yeah, without stealing any more of your time. Yes, Monica, I can. Without stealing any more of your time, nice to have you all here. Please join the new Facebook members only group. As I explained, I know that not everybody can join membership because of the $3 or $2.99. That's no problem at all. By now, I know most of you guys and see you around in chat. And most of you I have spoken to in private as well. So don't hesitate to join in. Everybody is welcome as long as you're a friend of my channel. Thanks for the moderators to be so cautious. And thank you guys for being so nice in chat to each other. And yeah, have a great week and talk to you guys soon on the weekend. Bye-bye.